go. And we are here again with another episode of The Devil's Advocate. How you guys doing today? Woo! I tell you, we are back here again for us another week of shenanigans. And I don't know, summer is here now, isn't it? Did we go from like spring to like hot summer like automatically?
No. This is still spring. See, you haven't felt summer till it's like 3 digits.
I couldn't even cut my yard. My yard got cut
for like
but I
3
couldn't
consecutive
cut it. It was
weeks. 3 consecutive weeks, it'll be like in 3 digits.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
So
like
we haven't officially hit summer for Arkansas yet. It's coming.
Oof, Lord help.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Get your umbrellas out.
Well, it's raining. I hope it don't rain no more. That's it. Just make my grass grow too much. But I want to thank everybody for joining us in here today. Hey, Michonne, how you doing, love? And I want to go and introduce my co-host. He look like he's trying to grow a little hair. He got some stubble up there.
It's a struggle. The struggle is real. The struggle is real.
It sounds like it is. The struggle,
you know.
But hey, you know.
I'm here.
At least you don't have to deal with graves. At least you don't have to deal with graves.
Right.
My homeboy, Theotis, Don't Belong, Incredible Gold.
How you doing? How you doing, sir? You know, hey, I've been a real busy guy for the past 2 weeks. Been working. So, but missing home. I call this home, so it's glad to be on the air. How's everybody doing? You doing good, man? You know, I've been missing a few things that's been going on the radio. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
all right.
You know, oh, wait a minute, home before we get it. Let me go over and stop my man, the Angry Black Man. He's been doing some good radio this week, talking about some good conversation. And that is our elder statesman, our DJ of the hour, Mr. Super Dave. How you doing there, bro?
Hello, girls and boys.
Are you angry?
Girls and boys.
I'm never angry.
Oh, okay. Hostile?
I'm never hostile.
Vehement? No? Okay.
Mad.
Typically, when you have facts that people disagree with, they think you're angry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
So.
Yeah, so what had you been hearing, Incredible? What had you been hearing?
Man, you know, a lot has been going on in my absence. You know, I guess I missed out on the hot topic of last week regarding what's the guy, Tiger Woods?
Well, yeah, it kind of piggybacked off that. So
okay,
let me go ahead and address that for those people who did not know or did not see or whatever. One thing here on the Devil's Advocate is, and I try to stress this in my room, and of course, you know, we got opinionated Negroes all up in our room.
Okay.
Super opinionated Negroes up in our room. Is that one thing we don't do here on our radio show or in our room, or even whether it's a co-host or a guest, is we don't take anything here personally, and we don't react out of anger. You know, I've been doing this show going into almost 5 years now, and never have I ever taken anything someone has said to me personally. Okay? Nor do I react to them out of anger. Sometimes we have to both agree to disagree, even if what they say might offend me or offend my sensibilities. You understand what I'm saying?
Understand.
So I want to apologize to anybody last week that had to overhear that and oversee that on our show, because that's not us. And I want people to understand I won't have that. Okay? If we ever get to a point that we disagree with each other, we disagree with each other, and that's about as far as it's going to go. You know, I don't believe in doing bad radio. I don't believe in taking pot shots. And if I ever did that to a guest, I can guarantee you we can never get another guest up here on my show. So, you know, for those of us who, you know, and I do apologize because I am the creator of this forum, that, you know, that you guys had to overhear that and deal with that last week. So, you know, they always say it's always fun until it's not anymore, right?
Oh, wow.
So, you know, going forward, moving on.
Okay.
This week we've got a great topic because I see the sisters up in the room getting ready to make me act a fool again because somebody decides to call me right when I get ready to do the show. You see what I'm saying?
That's how it happens. It's always how it happens.
You see what I'm saying?
What you doing?
No, yeah, that's what you doing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, anywho, so we're here today and we want to talk about, you know, we put some posts, and one of these things we wanted to talk about is the providing. When we talk about spouses and girlfriends and boyfriends and relationships and spouses, who should be the provider? And the reason we put these questions out is not to put anybody or call anybody to shot on what they're making, because to me, I could care less.
Right.
Only money I care about was in my wallet. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So here's the issue. When we talk about this, I try to get a pulse of sisters, and this week's topic is chivalry is dead and blank killed it. Now, I can put something in the blank. You know what I'm saying? I can put something in the blank. But these sisters getting ready to be mad today. So we're going to open up the lines if they want to call us.
Chivalry is dead, and blank killed it.
And blank killed it.
Okay.
Yeah, that we can add a lot of blanks to that blank. But my thing about it is that the reason why we put out this providing post, because I like to see this notion I've had and I've been rolling with for the last couple months about gender equality versus gender equity. Okay. And it seems though women love the notion or the argument of gender equality, especially when it comes to workplace and money. But they don't believe in gender equity. Okay. Are you familiar with what gender equity is? Okay. Gender equity means that because I'm a female and I have a certain thing between my legs means I have more value than you that have a certain thing between your legs. So even though we may be equal in certain aspects, equity-wise, I have more value than what you have. You follow what I'm saying? Okay. So when we put this post out about who's the provider, we had an issue with a lot of women that was arguing about whether or not a man was providing because he paid half the bills in the household. And I mean, this is a new dynamic, and I think I don't know if women are still holding on to this notion of the 1950 Leave It to Beaver nuclear household that America used to have about 70, 80 years ago. But that is gone. What's up, Lillian? That's gone. That's OV.
Okay.
So nowadays, I mean, unless you're marrying you a baller, a dope boy, Donald Trump, or somebody else, it's going to be almost impossible for you to maintain a household just on one side. I mean, you can.
You could.
You can. Don't get it wrong. I can maintain two people in my household on one salary.
You couldn't take summer trips. You couldn't do certain things that, the lights, water, gas, and cable was paid for.
Right.
And, if you want to take the belief that you're providing, but are you really providing? Are you providing a lifestyle that can support what you not only need to take care of, but what you want to do in life? Can you do that on one income?
Okay. Let's just be realistic. You're an attorney. I'm in the legal field. Both of us make pretty good money.
I just turned in my EBT card last week.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't have it anymore. I finally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were like, "But nah, boy, you can't get no more EBT. You done."
I'm good.
Okay, so let's just argue that if I meet a girl, I'm driving in what I call an immigrant. An immigrant is a luxury car, foreign car. Okay, 9 times out of 10, if I'm going to date somebody or look toward marriage, I'm not marrying the girl that works at McDonald's or Church's Chicken, right? Who's driving the hoopty. Most of the people I'm going to meet or you're going to meet in your professional circle are going to usually be people in your what we call lifestyle range, correct? Pretty much.
Yes.
They're going to even if.
But what about the movie storyline where the successful person, like one of those Tyler Perry movies, where he's this big shot attorney or he's this doctor or whatnot, and he stays in the office late, and then you have the janitor that's coming in and she's cleaning up or whatnot, and he's already married to someone that doesn't
Dave's
give
looking at you like you done lost your mind.
I'm just saying, that's the storyline that they want to tell on our people, especially our black people. You know what I'm saying? Saying, hey, look, he has this woman at the home that's on his equal playing field when it comes to finances, the actual career, but she doesn't show any of the attention. She's just as busy as he is.
Oh, and Aisha Curry now. Okay, so we're going to do it like that.
Well, I'm just saying. And then you have the one that's he's staying late at work, and she got the child her child in the closet because she can't afford daycare, and his heart goes out. And you're like, well, dang, you know what I'm saying? This is a woman that I see that I'm falling in love with, but she's not on my level. And now that's a storybook ending where his heart takes him to her, but his mind says, you know what, this is the actual power couple. We both attorneys, we both doctors.
Power couple. Remember, that used to be a big term 10 years ago.
Absolutely, power couple.
Yeah, okay. See, all right, Dave, you got to hit the mic because you did that. He yawned there on the radio.
Yeah, Super Dave just yawned at my...
Yeah, he yawned at you.
He yawned.
He said Tyler Perry said that guy.
Tyler Perry did it. He said it.
You blew your argument out of the water when you said Tyler Perry.
Well,
he said Tyler Perry.
Hey,
but that's
it's
my
cliche.
Thing. But see, men will do that. Women won't. How many women going to downgrade from their situation to marry? Man. Look, I even argue this.
So wait a minute, hold on. Not downgrade, but be on their same level. Let's say
a lateral.
Okay. If we're both janitors in the same building,
right?
Would she even consider that janitor?
No, she probably won't. And that's the sad part. She might consider the owner of the janitorial company, but she ain't gonna consider the janitor.
But the fella, the guy, he will consider her.
Yeah, he'll consider her because, and I'm gonna tell you why. He'll consider her for practical purposes. He knows that one, she's not high maintenance. Well, unless she got red or purple hair, then, you know, he's gonna be buying some bundles. But my whole thing about it is, guys look at that. You know, guys will take what I call a lateral or a downstep move. Woman, you know, she got some good loving and she's decent. She got something on her. She got something on the brain. You know, he'll date a woman that is lower in his financial status. Women, most of the time, they call, you know, look, I'm so tired of hearing women. I ain't building no bear, you know, building Negro. You know, I'm tired of hearing that, because my thing is, my mother always told me, you always had to take people where they at. Okay. My lady doesn't make the money I make, but that's okay. You know, she didn't, boy, look, you didn't put up with some mess from me. But my thing about it is that it's okay. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay. And I think where people mess up is that we get into this notion, and that's where the issue became with the provider. We had women talking about men that don't, you know, pay half the bill, they just a roommate or they a sharer. And I don't know if the women be saying that stuff to prank me, or they just saying that stuff because that's what they actually believe. I actually had a woman sit around here, and a girl was saying, you know, about chasing a man, and the woman said, I ain't gonna never chase no man. My husband give me all this, and I ain't gonna be chasing no man. First of all, when I looked at it, like, you be glad anybody chased your ugly butt, first of all, because, I mean, she looked like a Yeti.
Don't.
That was a Yeti, bro.
She been through some things.
Well, I don't know. Getting beat with an ugly stick might have been one of them. But the thing about it is that, you know, it's this idea, I think, that a lot of sisters have, that it's entitlement, that relationships work just when you show up. Okay? And relationships, in any relationship, you have to do more than just show up. You understand what I'm saying? You have to do more than just show up. And once you do more than just show up, you'll be in the house. Okay? So, and on that level, when we talk about it, you know, women sat around here. I don't know if you saw the video about the woman, AD, putting out the idea about the man where the man was asking her to put hot sauce on his toes.
I didn't see
women,
it.
You didn't see it? Well, the point matter, the argument was, would you do this for your man if you loved him? Now, every woman came out saying, I ain't doing it, that's nasty. Okay, look, we've seen some brothers with some really cantankerous feet that could dig up potatoes. So, yes, you can't do that with every foot. But here's the point. Then you had this brother pulled up his pants on another video and picked up this girl that had to weigh at least 350, 400 pounds. And he did that. And you know what the women said? Oh, he loved her so much. I said, dude better get ready to buy him a new back. But here's the point I'm saying. Here's the hypocrisy. When a man is doing stuff, no matter how, he did it out in public. He picked the girl up and started bouncing on his lap out in public. Skinny guy, linebacker woman. Okay? So he picked her up. And women thought that was so, oh, he just loved her so much. Ain't that so beautiful? Oh, girl, he loved it her. But then the minute you see a woman doing something they think is a great, oh, nah, girl, I ain't doing that. She must be a fool. And that's my thing. Where do we get up this idea that men are the only ones that are supposed to make idiots of themselves, hurt themselves, throw themselves through all sorts of train wrecks and everything for women? And women just, you know, it's like whatever a man does for me, I'm entitled to. Whatever I choose to give a man is optional. Whatever I choose to give a man is optional. I mean, you don't see that kind of hypocrisy going in?
I do. It's almost like, you know, I've seen memes where it has a picture of a woman proposing to a man, getting on the knee.
Oh, women have a fit over that?
Oh, it's like, you know, I would never subject myself to that. I got too much pride. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You know.
And the same one saying they ain't got no man. Yeah.
It baffles my mind sometimes, you know, how we have this double standard, you know. So in the day and age that we're living in today, you know, independence is key. I mean, for, you know, the me now, it's going to be me. It's going to be my way. Everyone has that it's going to be selfish motive, and I'm going to admit I do. Most people do have their selfish motive behind what they want, and they want to put that feeling on another person. But I think in this day and age, you know, you want to have someone that can reveal themselves to you and not be afraid to embarrass themselves. But you can't do that because you have all these outside influences, especially social media.
Right.
Social media, we care more about what
people
other
think about us
think
on
about
social media.
So
right.
if a woman was to display her affection towards her significant other in public,
would she become a pick-me girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she a pick-me girl. But you don't mind me wearing out my spinal column trying to pick your big 400-pound butt up and bounce you on my hip.
You have to show that. You have to.
Well, that's why I thought there was hypocrisy even with Aisha Curry. Now look, I give Steph his props. He came to the defense of his wife. Now I know, and we both know there was probably a whole different conversation.
There was a conversation behind that.
Because
he's like,
right.
He's like, I understand what you're saying, and I respect what you're saying in public. Mm-hmm. But as your husband, what have I not done to make you feel as though you want this from someone? And I understand what you're saying on the red table talk, that you would like it, but I'm not looking for it. Well, let's just take out the but. Anything after the but, you know what I'm saying? It's null and void. It's like you want it. You want it. So as a multi-millionaire who's devoted to his kids, hasn't had any type of scandal regarding another woman, and you hear women talk all the time about wanting a good man. So from the outside looking in, it looks like you have that, but you still seek the attention of others.
Right.
He can't win for losing.
Right. And that's why I said chivalry is dead, because it seems that men can't win to lose.
Right.
And we do all this stuff. We try to put women first. We try to show our love. We got to show our love. We got to do, like I said, if Steph had even said half of what she said, he would have been crucified on social media.
Absolutely. He would have been like, how dare he? She has changed her body. She's had three of his children.
Kids for you and your little trifling. You want to run up behind some skanks. I mean, it's just, look, sisters, look. I love y'all to death, but it's time to call BS on a lot of what y'all doing. Okay, and this is what I say when we talk about provider. Look, let me go and give you my take on what happened when we talk about the provision situation. In my humble opinion, a provider, if a person is the head of the household, he should automatically be listed as a provider. Now, does that mean he's the sole provider? No, it doesn't.
Okay, head of the household. You said he. You gave,
right.
Can a head of the household be the woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
If she's single, she can be the head of the household.
Right. Okay.
But in a marriage situation, the man is supposed to be technically. I'm just saying.
Okay.
In a marriage situation, when you do your vows, the man is supposed to technically be the head of the household.
Okay.
Correct?
All right.
There's an old saying: the man's the head of the household, the woman runs it.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay. So my thing about it is that if the man's the head of the household, technically by default, he's supposed to be the provider.
Okay. All right. Okay. Provider. Okay.
Now, does that mean he's the sole provider? No. Now, back in my grandfather's day, let me tell you about my grandfather. Back in the day, my grandfather worked for Kroger. He retired from Kroger. Now, of course, we all know Kroger don't even pay money today. Okay, so back in the day, he worked for Kroger for 30-something, 40-something years as a packer. That's what he did. Humble guy, great, love your grandpa if you're listening. God rest his soul. But he had my grandmother. I come from the grandmothers down here that had a lot of children. My grandmother had 9. Okay. Which of course, my mother and her brothers. But my grandfather provided on his income. Thank you. He provided on that single income for my grandmother, because she had all those children, did not work. Now, granted, they had a very modest house in North Little Rock, off by Rose City. My grandma didn't trip about what he brought home. My grandma was happy, and they made do. And my mom always told me about the struggle. That's why I said, you're right. Even in our generation, we're pushing 50, 40s, 50. We can't even picture the struggle that our parents and grandparents went through. Much less people talking about the struggle today.
Right.
But that's what civilization supposed to do. You're supposed to progress. So my thing about it is, now let's fast forward from when my mother was born in the mid 40s and all the children that came, because she's the oldest. So most of her brothers were born in the late 40s and early 50s. Imagine, look at the household and the economy of those days, right? In those days, you primarily had a one-income household. Like I said, it was a leave to beaver generation. The wife was a caretaker and the caretaker of the house. She stayed at home. She did not work.
Right.
She took care of the children. She made sure the house was clean. Made sure when Pappy came home, there was food on the table.
Right.
Okay. Now let's fast forward to 2019. Now let's go here. You an attorney. You meet another young lady. Let's just say she's not an attorney. Let's just say she's a RN, a head nurse, or something like that. So both of y'all pretty much kind of like on your same professional scale.
Okay.
Okay. She a professional. You a professional. Okay. You drive a Lexus. You know, she drives a Mercedes.
Right.
Right. So now, hold on. Y'all want to get married. So now you got to sit around here and she up here talking about, well, you know, you love me. You make sure you take care of all the bills. Okay, so hold on. So now out of my lawyer's salary, right? She don't want to sit up and work anymore. She's like, I'm a nurse, but you know, Theo, you know, incredible girl. You make some good money. You handsome and strong and stuff. So you making good money. So now she want to sit at home. Okay, y'all come to the agreement. Okay, you can sit at home, but I'm gonna let you know now. I hope your car paid off. Because I'm not going to sit around here and add $600, $700, $800 a month to my expenses to pay off your car. Okay. Hope your car paid off.
Okay.
And hold on. Once your car get paid off, I don't think we're going to be getting an upgrade.
Okay.
Because my money, even though I'm a good, I make good money as a lawyer, you have to be willing, if you're going to let me be the sole provider, to take what I'm willing to provide you. And a lot of women are not willing to do that. In other words, you have a house, let's just say let's just make a place, Kensington, Twin Lakes.
Okay.
Not a fancy house like out in Chenal on the ranch, right? But let's say you have a good $200,000 home, but it's an older home, right? Okay, so here's my point. Are you willing to put yourself in financial debt to go and buy another house because you don't want to live out there? You got to look at these things. And that's why I said this is an issue with the sisters, because you got a lot of sisters, they're not willing. They want to be like their friend. They want to live out in the ranch and live out there with the colonnade. They want to be out there, with the pool in the house and with the painted numbers on the sidewalk. Well, with the good schools.
Let me say in the sisters' defense, I don't believe that in this day and age, I hope and pray that two people that come together, that one of the individuals decide to stop providing financially in the household and then decide from that point they want to upgrade financially. I hope and pray that would not be the issue.
Boy, nah, bro.
That would not be the issue.
Nah,
Y'all
bro.
laughing.
Nah, bro.
I hope and pray that.
I love you, Def Dones, but nah, bro. Nah, bro. You see Dave over here laughing. See, you got to give Dones his credit. He's an optimist like a mug, ain't he? He's an optimist.
I want to believe that.
that. Okay.
I want to be on situations where both people are providing for one single household. One decides to intentionally stop providing, but then all of a sudden decides, you know what, we need certain things that were a little bit more expensive than before, but only one income is coming in. I hope and pray that that's not the situation going forward. Okay. Now, with that being the case, I think that when we say provider, I think that we talk at it from a financial standpoint.
Right.
I think that also, too, as a man should be a provider. That could be a lot of things that a man can provide other than just finances.
Right, I agree.
Wisdom. He can provide encouragement. He can provide He can provide so many other things beside a financial contribution to the household. Now, in this day and age where we have two people working, I think that what gets lost in the relationship of a healthy marriage is that we have distractions. And back then, in the 40s, 50s, there were no distractions on one side of the marriage, because typically the wife would be at the home where the only distraction was the dishes. And I hate to sound barbaric, so please, just don't take me.
Be barefoot in the kitchen?
Barefoot in the
kitchen. Okay.
And we have evolved. Women now are productive and have shown throughout time that, hey, look, this was not their place just to be in the house.
Right.
But with that, too, there's also become more distractions than ever before, where it's that now through social media, through friends that you can connect to. Once down the street where your close friend, now they can be friends in California, New York. They can tell you.
And you let that poison come in your head, try to tell you about your relationship.
How your relationship should be. So I think the deal is that when you consider that, it's almost as if marriages today are you have to appease not only the person inside the house, but the people that are connected to your people inside the house.
Oh,
and that's unfair.
That's a lot. Right, it's unfair.
It's unfair.
That sounds fair.
Hey, Mia, how you doing?
Yeah, I mean, does that sound fair? Look, let me tell you a horror story. Because
Dave laughing. I don't know if he laughing.
Dave on his mic since he wanted to be and laugh at everything. But no, let me put it out there. What's up, Head Sanford? Let me go ahead and put it out here. Let me just go ahead and put it out here because it is what it is. All right, hold on.
Before you put it out there, I'm gonna make all the women mad at me for what I'm about to say.
All right, open the phone lines. You're gonna make the women mad.
Now I have nothing to do with this.
No,
whatever he says, that's him.
I'm just echoing what you just said.
Okay, he just go. Oh,
me,
so now you
me being
Theo.
Yeah.
Okay,
you did it in tactically as you would expect an attorney to do. Mm-hmm. I'm just a black man, so I'm gonna do it like a black man.
I'm black. I'm a black man.
Yeah, he's a black attorney.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Women are double standard.
Oh, ouch.
I'm turning off my mic now.
A hush came over Jerusalem on that one. Okay, well, no, but okay. Let me give you a horror story because this is real.
Okay.
This is real.
All right, I'm good.
This is real.
I'm good.
I had a friend. He's a truck driver. Okay, you may think truck driver not the most glamorous job on the world, but this truck driver has his own rig, so he's making six figures easy.
Okay.
He's been married, I want to say 2 years. I don't think he's going to stay married another 2, but we're going to see what happens.
Okay.
He married his wife. She worked for the state.
Okay.
She was not making that much money. State jobs don't hardly pay, and she wasn't way up there. She was probably making about $45,000 a year.
Okay.
But, in Arkansas, you ain't got a lot of children. You can do okay on $40,000 a year. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, anywho, he married. They got married. They fell in love. They got married. So he has a house out in Twin Lakes. Mm-hmm. Now, if you know anything about Twin Lakes area, the area out there is an older area, but it's a primary black middle-class area.
Right.
Okay. Going back to the 80s and the 90s, that was the area, was Twin Lakes. Now, of course, it's a lot older, and, of course, a lot of the houses have gotten older, and some have fallen into disrepair. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is he has a nice house out there. I think his house is somewhere in around the $180,000 range. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the key. They got married. He moved in. Her children are grown, so they're no longer in the house. So she decided, I'm going to quit my job because he's making six figures. He could take care of everything, right? He moved in the house. Now,
did he want that?
Well, no.
I mean,
be careful what you wish for.
He could, Pillow Talk is a bad place because you know what? You could say certain things. Hey, I want you here. This is what I want. This is the structure I want.
Well, this is what happens when you create Frankenstein's monster. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. The house is paid for.
Okay.
But guess what? She ain't happy. You know where she want to go move? Chanel. And the first thing he said to her was like, okay, I understand you want a bigger house. I mean, like I said, it's $108,000, probably about 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it's just them two. Mm-hmm. Okay? So the first thing he's saying is, why you want to move to Chanel? Because that you go out to Chanel, the houses are starting at $275 and going up. Mm-hmm. Okay? So my question is, the first thing he asked is like, why we need to move to Chanel? He said, this house is paid for. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm paying for it, and he said, I'm getting ready to add an addition on it to add extra space to it. Mm-hmm. The houses in Twin Lakes are not super, super large, by about maybe 1,800, 2,000 square feet. But again, we're talking about 2 people. Mm-hmm. And he's on the road most of the time. Hey, Nakia. He's on the road most of the time. So my thing about it is, and this is what we're trying to understand, is why he's thinking to himself, do I need to go sink myself in debt while you quit your job? Because now I'm the sole provider. Why do I need to go quit my job to go send you out to Chanel? And we've got to pay for a house right here. And so now the wife, she mad. So guess what? She giving him hell because she want to go out and live it out there with the other black folk, with the bougie black folk. She want to live out in the ranch in Highway 10 in Chanel. And now he complaining to a good friend of mine about, man, what did I done put myself into? Because this woman is getting on my nerves. And now I'm thinking about divorce after 2 years of marriage. Now, this is my point when we talk about double standards and why chivalry is dead. My thing about it is, you get a man that gives you again, Aisha Curry, you get a man give you everything you want. You don't have to work. He done paid off your car. You got to pay for a house. But no, that ain't good enough for you. And then you can't sit around and get her to shut up 5 minutes either. Now she want to go up here and run her mouth. See, it's stuff like this is going to bring this to a head.
Let me just say, I had nothing to do with this topic. I walked in on this topic.
See what I'm saying? You should make more meetings, Teotis.
I'm here.
I'm just
saying. But I'm having a good time. And I'm looking at Super Dave just laughing.
No, but I want to congratulate sisters that did say, yeah, he's still the provider because, quote unquote, if he is the head of the house, yeah, they're still a team. Yes, they should be a team.
Mm-hmm.
But, here's my point. Again, my grandmother, she made do with what my grandfather brought with 9 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that wasn't no easy walk on a limited salary back in the 50s. But, of course,
right.
Inflation was totally different. The cost of a car back in the 50s was probably about $1,800 versus $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 now.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my point. And wages have not, hey, Trouble, how you doing? And wages have not grown with the level of inflation.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're saying is, I don't mind. If I got 6 figures, okay, boo. You don't want to work? Cool. Sit at home. Don't come to me when I come home and talk about ain't no dinner on the table. Because there's going to be consequent repercussions. Don't come to me talking about my clothes ain't washed. Because remember, you wanted this. You wanted this. You want to stay at home. You want to be the broodman. I don't need to hear no lip when I come in the house. Because my thing about it is, if you want to be traditional, hey, Rhonda, if you want to be traditional, then be traditional. Go home, be barefoot and pregnant. And I sure will keep you barefoot and pregnant. Well, no, she can't be barefoot because she want them red bottoms now. So now you got to go buy them. Now, you think about that. You try putting a 21st century high-maintenance woman.
Are we going to be able to leave the radio station? Do we need security?
I'm just saying, we might.
Okay.
But that's what happened with that. But see, we've been dealing with this all week in the room.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hearing sister talking about here, a roommate. But when we flipped the scenario, all them women was talking all that mess. Look at D talking about y'all don't discern. We know what type of women we get. But my point is that when we flipped the scenario, all them women were talking about roommate and this, that, and other were conveniently quiet. This woman was making double the money the guy was making. And that's not impossible in today's economy. She was making double the money the guy making. She's paying half the bills. Now, let me ask you a question. If I'm making $75,000 and you making $175,000, is it fair that you only should have to pay half the bills and I'm making less than half of what you're making?
Well, here's the deal, too. That it's recognized and it's known that it's disproportionately unfair into work society today that a man makes more money than a woman. So majority of the time, that's going to be the case. So when it comes to a financial expenditures and splitting them up, I don't think it can be a 50-50 because the pay rate is not 50-50.
Right, the pay rate is not 50-50. No, I agree.
Okay.
But we agree that it should be teamwork.
It can't.
It should be teamwork. Men, we love still opening doors for women and pulling out chairs for women. We love that stuff.
Right.
We'll do that for you. We love that. We don't have an issue with that. But it's hard to sit around here and you want to be the man. You want to act like the man, but then when it comes to the finances of the relationship, and like I said, we talk about providing. Providing is so much more than monetary. But some women don't care because when we talked about it, who made it monetary was the women. The women made it monetary because a lot of them are like, well, he just a roommate or he just a sharer, but no, that's not fair. I mean, we a team. And the same women talk, hey, Tanya, the same women talking all that mess about, well, he just a roommate and he just this, are the same ones working 9 to 5 going and splitting those bills right down the middle with the dude. Now, unless you got you a dope boy, Donald Trump, a baller, or an entertainer, you splitting them bills right down the middle with your boo, boyfriend, or whatever. Okay? And okay, let me see what Nakia said.
This show is brought to you by Deacon DeDjango and Super Dave.
Yeah. I mean, a roommate. I mean, where are we doing this at? A roommate, you know what the connotations of a roommate is? Somebody that's a platonic relationship that just spreads the bill. So if a woman tell me I'm a roommate, I'm like, oh, so that's what we doing? We just splitting bills? But I ain't the one sitting around here wanting this $500,000 house either. Now, did I? I was. Now I didn't want to live in East End, but I didn't have to have this $500,000 house. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Oh, you don't want your Ford SUV no more. Now you want a Mercedes? Oh, I got to pay for that. I got to pay for the bundles and we can get your hair and nails did. But you don't want to pay for that now. And where do women get that? Where do women get that? Okay. What I look like coming up to a woman telling her she need to go and get my teeth cleaned every other week?
I was going to answer your question.
Yes, go ahead.
Women are double standard.
Oh. You know what? Just so we don't get cut, so me and Theo step out the door, we're going to take a break, and we're going to let you women come and chime in. Y'all want to come and chime in about what men do.
This show was being brought to you by Deacon DeJango and Super Dave.
Look at that. You got to remember, don't he married now. We're going to take us a break. Women, if y'all want to come in and chime in about this, I'm going to give y'all a chance to chime in. Well, I know some of y'all women, y'all can get on the phone. 855-525-5683. We will be back in a moment.
Hi, I'm attorney Theodore Thompson from the Thompson Law Firm, and I want to help with your legal matter. Whether it's criminal defense, bankruptcy, personal injury, or family law, I want to help you. I can be reached at 501-503-5095. Don't face your legal issues alone. You need an attorney whose primary objective is providing you with the best legal representation. Our office address is 415 North McKinley, Suite 710 in Little Rock. I'm attorney Theodore Thompson, and I want to provide you with the best legal representation.
Hey friends, Father's Day is right around the corner, and Coleman's Dynamic Products is offering a dynamic gift just for Dad. Pick 6 for Dad. Any 6 items in my product line. Coleman's Dynamic Rib Rub, Dust, Juice, Nuts, Batter, you name it, all for only $29.95 plus shipping and handling. Upgrade to Pick 10 for only $39.95. Pick 6 for Dad. You must call 615-554-0568 to get this dynamic Father's Day special. Dad and you will be glad you did. Each purchase receives a Coleman's Dynamic downloadable cookbook. We want to say Happy Father's Day for all the great fathers out there, and while you enjoy your day, don't forget to bake it, grill it, smoke it, oh yeah, with Coleman's Dynamic product. Pick 6 or pick 10. You must call 615-554-0568 to get this dynamic Father's Day special.
Hi, I'm attorney Theodore Thompson from the Thompson Law Firm, and I want to help with your legal matter. Whether it's criminal defense, bankruptcy, personal injury, or family law, I want to help you. I can be reached at 501-503-5095. Don't face your legal issues alone. You need an attorney whose primary objective is providing you with the best legal representation. Our office address is 415 North McKinley, Suite 710 in Little Rock. I'm attorney Theodore Thompson, and I want to provide you with the best.
All right, people. We are back again. But I want to know where the toe suckers with the hot sauce at. The ones who sat around here and was co-signing on that guy that was lifting up that big Sasquatch the other day on them strong legs. He had some strong legs too. Girl was like, I need that. Mm-hmm. Now, what you need, boo, is like some grapefruit 45 keto diet. That way, a man won't have no problem wearing out his spinal cord. I don't know about you. I'm 50 years old, bro. I can't lift barbells on my back anymore like I used to. So, we are back. Okay, ladies, again, if y'all want to chime in about what we're saying about Chivalry is dead and the sisters killed it, you can call us in at 855-525-5683.
Let me call you right back, okay?
So, I guess, don't.
You want me to turn your mic off?
Poor Doe Below, he got to do business all over the place. Oh, my God.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, we heard it, because I sure heard it. He said, go ahead and do it now, boy. You there, Don? You okay?
I'm here. Okay, I'm here. My fault. Sorry, good people.
They say they want you to file that case today before you get on the plane. But anyway, I That's just bad. I'm like you. I'm
sorry, good people. I'm back.
Hey, I'm like you. I'm heading your way today too. I'm just not going as far. I got to go to Texarkana and pull evidence. So it's
okay.
Just,
all right.
Whew. Anyway, so when we're talking about that, so I mean, how do we fix this solution? Because what's also from the first, in the 70s, we said feminism was killing, was going to end up putting a rift between men and women. Now it seems like it's the Me Too movement. Mm-hmm. The Me Too movement has kind of killed chivalry men because now, you can't even hug a woman without being a pervert or the creepy uncle. And I don't know about you, we getting old now. Now we're not even looked at as the thirsty guy. We the creepy uncle.
Depending on who the uncle, like certain uncles, like, I don't want to hug from that uncle, but the other uncle.
Yeah, I mean, again, double standard. Oh, he looked nice. I let him hug me. This one here, get a church hug. You're not church hug. You pat him on the back, stick butt out so they don't touch. But that's what I'm saying. I think all these things kind of drive a wedge between it. And I wish sisters would, honestly, I wish sisters would stop. I think that there's a lot of dynamics in the African American community as far as relationships that we need to fix. And, having to deal with women that see relationships as, hey, all I got to do is show up and I'm entitled. And that's what the key I was trying to point out here. Entitlement. Mm-hmm. We're entitled. We get here, we come into a relationship, we're entitled. Hey, what I got to do to get a man treat me like a queen? Just show up. That's all I got to do. So I ain't got to deal with your loud mouth or your bad attitude, your funky breath, your questionable hygiene. Because all you want to do is tell me you can cook a good casserole, and that's just supposed to overlook all that.
Okay.
Uh-oh, we got a phone call. Devil's advocate, yeah, what you want?
Hey, that's very unprofessional, man. I can tell you.
Man.
What's going on, Stanley? Where you been, man?
Man, I've been on this Jason Whitlock tour, man, trying to go free some slaves.
Oh God! Well, that's not going too well. He like,
that ain't gonna happen.
No, it ain't gonna happen at all. We need slavery.
Yeah, we ain't emancipated nobody, man. I'm trying to get my money back from this bus fare right now.
He probably put you at the back of the bus too.
Yeah. So
talk. You know what? Let just say something. Everybody else's phone charger thing work but mine, so you might be right.
That's why I tell you, got to renew your Obama phone contract. So let me ask you a question. We're gonna talk about this, and I want your opinion on something that's really been shaking the country as of late. Do you think that the chivalry is dead and the sisters have killed it when it comes to relationships between black men and women?
Man, I'm sorry. When you said shaking the country, I started thinking about Nelly's tip drill video. Can you repeat the question?
Well, hold on. I had to get up for a second. We're talking about chivalry is dead, and who has killed it?
Well, I guess the bigger question would be, who is Chivalry and what country is he from? Because I ain't never met him before.
Yeah, well, I mean, brothers always sitting around here trying to move around and do this and do that, and we try to be there for our women, but it seems that sisters don't seem to appreciate it. They just think that relationships are supposed to be a one-way street. We open the door
for them. Well, the key to it is, man, you got to find the fallopian tubes.
Oh, my God.
And once you find the fallopian tubes, man, you can easily get you some gyros, but you got to make sure you got enough money left to get the soda out the machine for the restaurant club.
Oh, my God. See what I'm saying? This is what I got to deal with every week. That's what I'm saying.
But to always hold the door for her in the process so she can say you're chivalrous.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's go here since we're gonna go there. And
I want to send a quick shout out to all the youth pastors with a good pullout game. Okay, go ahead.
Boy, look. Let's talk about this abortion law that was pushed.
Watch them respond. Thanks. Appreciate the shout out.
Yeah, thank you. With a strong pullout game. This abortion law that
Let's
just hit.
Let's talk about the what now?
The abortion law
in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw in Texas they talking about giving folks the death penalty too. Did you see that?
Man. Well, look. Where's our country coming to? My thing is, if this doesn't rally Democrats, what is it going to take?
I honestly think, and if we're going to speak politics, I honestly think that the Republican Party is doing so much now that they're rallying their own to vote against them. Because some of this stuff is just too egregious to even try to support.
Right.
And I don't mean no harm, but they get way more abortions than we do.
Right.
So they really kind of hurting their own. But I just think that you can't tell folks what to do with their body, man.
Right.
Like,
Right.
if anything, they should ban lipo so all the Instagram models can stop getting famous and hit these people on their DMs. But they let them do that. I mean, I don't agree with abortion, but I don't agree with trying to control somebody's right to do what they want to do with their body. Like, that's their business.
Right.
And I think that the abortion issue, the abortion issue is the underlying issue regarding that is trying to stop the majority from coming black and brown. As
right, I've been thinking that for the minute.
As it was stated,
That's a good statement.
Majority of the abortions are done by Caucasian women.
Right.
I think that this is a ploy to say, okay, you know what? We're not trying to be the minority. We see what's going to happen in 2045 or whatnot.
Right.
So this could be a feeble attempt to try to say, okay, we know what? We're going to keep the majority if we invoke this law. And I think there's going to be some backlash behind it.
Yeah.
I think, too, there's going to be some backlash. That's going to happen.
Yeah, well, again, that's why you've been seeing Trump stack the courts, stack the Supreme Court with judges that are close to him, because he's trying to make sure he gets up to the Supreme Court. He's wanting, I believe, to get Roe v. Wade overturned. But let's just be real. That's, again, him playing to his white nationalist crowd. Let's just be real. I said the same thing. I didn't want people to think I was being conspiratorial or woke. I said they are looking at 2045, and they're looking at, especially with Hispanics are having 3, 4, 5 kids per household. They are looking at 20 years down the line, 20, 25 years down the line, are we going to be a minority?
We're not going to be a United States if you look at it. I mean, these laws that are egregious and also offensive that are coming up, they're in the southern states,
right?
The old Confederacy. You might see movement because we're so mobile today. The people say, you know what, I can't take it anymore with this type of law. I'm getting out to a more liberal state, where you're going to see other people say, you know what, white power, this is what I believe in. I stand on this position. They're coming into that state. So when you look at it maybe 30 or 40 years down the road, we could have a history lesson where the Confederate States look the same as they do in the future. It's a repeat.
Yeah. Well, they said the South was going to rise again. You have to look at that. Was ominous.
This could be that road.
I agree with that. I agree with that, but I also think that the white nationalist group is the main ones who this probably affects the most, because they're the ones having the abortion.
Right, and that's why they happy. They're happy to,
they grandparents don't raise their kids. That's just our community.
So if you institute laws that prevent abortion, you stop people from coming in that are brown, and you also too, we have a high crime rate against African Americans by police officers and us. So what do you have 30 years from now?
You got MAGA. They finally did.
There you go. They got MAGA. Right. That's what you have.
Come on.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the movement.
And then on top of that, we institute laws that favor discrimination in the southern states.
Right. People saying, well, race is not going to come. But discrimination is already coming back. It's already been legislated by Trump. He's signing executive orders to legalize discrimination now. So, I mean, look, even if they don't get their way.
I got a question, though.
Go ahead.
You said discrimination is coming back.
Yeah. Legalized discrimination.
When the hell did it legalize?
No, that's what I'm saying. It never left. Now it's being legalized. Now it's being legalized and promoted.
When was it illegal?
Think about it. Jobs can now.
For Black Focus for about 15 minutes so Dave can wake you up.
Well, hold on. Not now. You can't even wear your natural hair. Jobs can discriminate and not hire you because of having natural hair. When did that start?
Right, they've been doing that. Ain't nothing new.
Well, they didn't openly say they could do it. They just wouldn't hire you.
Do a White House presser.
Yeah. And
DC about as culture as it gets. So, I mean, you can look at anything, man. You can look at let's look at Major League Baseball. They probably got 15 brothers with dreads. Let's look at the NFL. All the brothers with dreads have been casted out of the spotlight. Look at Richard Sherman. He ain't making no more commercials, no more that type of stuff.
Well, he scared white folks.
It's always been done that way.
Yeah.
Somebody just was dumb enough to put it in writing.
Right. Right. Somebody was stupid enough to go and put it in writing. And of course, it took the Orange Mussolini to do that. And now we're looking at the after effect. And these people want another 4 years of this clown. And you can imagine the type of damage he's going to do.
If he get reelected, I would be highly, highly shocked. I think that.
Well, get ready to be shocked.
Got to do is put a white male against him
and you would think that we could get someone with a post and they stand up and they can have whatever type of slander and whatever dark secret they have. And I think be prepared to be shocked in 2020 because this fool gonna be right back in there.
You think so?
I can't see it.
I don't see it either.
I
but
would think that if
we didn't see
it was
him.
Bernie Sanders, I would think that, but I think Joe Biden's gonna be.
I hope and pray that's the case, but I don't.
Why? But the only thing that's the saving grace of Orange Mussolini is the economy, which is not really his economy. It's Obama's economy. But these people have bought into that, and my thing about it is, it's not the politicians; it's the stupid voting electorate. How do you convince stupid people? Now, I'm not trying to sit around here and argue that, hey, they getting disinformation. Those people want to believe that foolishness.
Right.
They want to.
Yeah, but stupid is a stupid does. They've been stupid for a long time. They just finally got somebody they can listen to and relate to. We ain't never had a stupid president before.
Right.
Bush had enough sense to be stupid in moments. This dude is stupid every day, all day.
Yeah, every day, all day. Not just, hamburgers and, you can go up there, one day, Stanley, he might go and take your football team up there and give y'all some hamburgers and tacos. Hamburgers.
Tacos, that's too brown. You go get hamburgers.
Let me weigh in just a moment on this. I think you all are both correct on this.
Why are you talking so sexy, man?
Because I'm a sexy.
He said, "Why you talking so sexy?"
Ask Prince, I'm a sexy, and if you know Prince, you know what I'm talking about.
You know the rest of it.
But anyway, the bottom line is 2042. I've been talking about this on Black Focus for the last week or so. It's called white genetic annihilation. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing coined that phrase. It basically is genetics. There's nothing they can do about it. They can block as many immigrants if they want. They can pass any law that they want. But the fact of the matter is that the dominant gene is the black gene, not the white gene. That's not racism. That's fact. That's science. And nature has a way of eliminating its recessive genes, species, so on and so forth. And what you're seeing is genetic evolution. Now, they can try and stop it, but they can't stop it. Now, they can try and pass laws. If they pass those laws and black people sit around and allow those laws to be passed, then shame on us. Because I'm going to tell you like this. I wouldn't have made a good slave then, and I sure as hell won't make a good slave now. I'm turning off my mic now.
And let me interject with my sexy voice, too, because some of our listeners don't quite understand what Dave says. Let me translate it for you.
Translate it.
Dave said in 2041, black folks going to be like Jurassic Park. And so if you Negroes don't get out here and vote, they're going to have you in a cage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very well put.
Very well put.
Because they can't stop this. If I killed every black man off in the world today, except one, and if he's of childbearing age, and as long as he has his health, he can be of childbearing age through his hundreds. We know that. That's science. That one black man.
And he's going to be bearing child with these white women because they can't wait to get a hold of the last black man on earth.
But the point being is that one black man can repopulate the entire earth with black people. If you do the same for white people, he cannot. That's called genetics, folks. That's what this is really all about. You all are talking all these pleasantries and stuff and platitudes. But the bottom line is that white people understand this. They've been talking about it for decades. If you remember the movie A Birth of a Nation that was previewed by Woodrow Wilson in the White House, then you remember them talking about race mixing. That's why they don't want it to happen. They've known this for centuries. It's just now black people are just now beginning to understand it. And although black people like Dr. Welsing called out and said, here's what's happening, you ought to want to listen to her because she was black.
That's right. Yep. And the bottom line is it all goes down to the color of your prophylactic wrapper.
So they're saying now, Stanley, that now that Alabama's done it, now Missouri is looking at it. And what's going on down there in your state of Texas? What are they trying to do? I heard they had a bill now. They want to fine men for masturbating. That just ruins my whole weekend.
Yeah, man, my checking account been short all week too, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think that, but the sad part is, and I'm hoping this fool don't get reelected, but he made a great point. All we doing is going back and forth every 4 years, so all this stuff will be different 4 years from now, and then different 4 years from then.
Right.
But the difference about anything of that nature is you got to catch me first, and I'm pretty quick, so it ain't gonna take me long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not if you have an Alexa, they're listening.
Baby wipes.
Mm-hmm.
Not if you have an Alexa, they're listening.
Do they? Because I just got one of them.
Yeah, they're listening.
Alexa.
Google will know if you're doing it.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying.
Well, Google should know because that's how I find the site. Well, never mind. We don't.
There you go.
Anyway, I did want to say one more thing before I get off the air because I ain't talked to y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, what's up? Uh-oh. Go ahead. See this fool?
He did it again.
He did
fool
it again.
did it again. He did it again.
Hang fool up. I tell you what. Anyway, so I mean, so from counsel, from legal, Lord help. This stuff is just falling off. Do you think this thing is going to make it to the Supreme Court? Do you think?
Oh, of course.
Oh Lord,
Absolutely.
we basically got a 6-3 court now. You think Roe v. Wade is in danger?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Very much so.
Oh, God, Lord. Let's just, I'm going to say this in closing because I never understood this, is that people act like because abortions exist, people are forced to take them. If you don't want one, like what Obama said, if you don't want abortion, don't have one. Mm-hmm. But now people are taking away people's right to choose, and I think it's deadly. It's dangerous. I tell people, don't ever say anything about how Muslim countries treat their women because you're just like it right over here now. So, hey, we're getting ready to end our show.
Good show.
Yeah, I want to thank Don't Belong for coming in. I wish you safety on your trip. You and the wife on the trip.
Thank you.
We'll be back here again, of course, next Friday. Same bad time, same bad channel. Oh, by the way, Digging the Django, we get ready to open up a new live for a Raw and Uncut room. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be called Cocktails. Okay. We're Digging the Django and Friends. We're getting ready to do that next week, starting next week.
All right.
So you guys join us there for some very provocative talk. And I want to thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you again next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. And don't forget, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of Harold's Kitchen. Bye, folks.